open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me so alive. So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me so alive.
Hello everyone and welcome to Longer and Harder, the show on the internet where we take a subject and we go deeper. Hello everyone. How are you all doing today? Oh, lots of fun chats already happening. Hello Micro, hello Ugly German Truths and Factard and WF6I. How are you all doing today? Flat Earthers should check out this webcam. Oh no, sounds kinky. Probably. I'm not gonna click on it. I'm sure it's great though. There's a lot of no, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. I want to go there. There we go. Oh, I'm giving away the game. Let's not do that. Oh no, I've revealed some secrets for later. That was terrible. I'm hoping you all are having yourselves. Oh, we are loud. Why are we so loud? R&D. There we go. It shows that the Earth is round if you watch it long enough. That's great. I feel like a lot of things do that though. Hello, Mrs. Snarky. Hello, Science versus Propaganda. How are you all doing? Welcome. How are you all doing? Hope you're having yourselves a wonderful Sunday afternoon, or whatever you're doing. Just got here after finishing your video myself. Okay, good. Oh yeah, you've been doing videos. I still gotta check out your videos. I've been busy. I still want to check out your videos. It sounds like a lot of fun. So I still gotta do that. Gotta put it on the to-do list. I'm gonna actually, since you're here, I'm gonna go to your channel right now and have it in the background. So that I can for later. I really want to. Okay, so with that said, let's see. Housekeeping. I haven't updated this. I really got to, but we got paid by Google's, we got paid by patrons, so that's higher by like $140. So that's closer to like $180, $200 there. I really should update. I am terrible. But so we're closer to our goal of $300 to make R&D smarter. I actually took the GRE yesterday. That was not fun. That was awful. I absolutely hate standardized tests. But it's a thing that we have to do in order to get smarter. Is I have to take this test and do some writing samples and do some other stuff in order so that I'm smart enough to go to school. So that's the plan. So I did one of the steps out of many steps. So I got it out of the way. I just have to do some application stuff and whatnot, and then eventually, hopefully, we'll finish applying to the master's program and we'll get smarter and whatnot, and it'll be great. It'll be fantastic. So we are working on it. So thank you very much, anybody who's been the super chats or patrons. Thank you very much, all of my patrons, for putting money towards getting R&D to be a smarter individual. It's always very, very helpful. What else is there in housekeeping? I think that might be it. That might be more or less it for housekeeping. Unnecessary amounts of purring, yes. Micro and I are playing D&D together now, and we had our first session together, because I kind of did one last week, but our first session together, and I had so much fun. It's been great. It's like a NCIS mystery Hogwarts School of Magic and Mystery thing. It's fantastic. I love it. I've been having a lot of fun. I'm playing a Tabaxi monk, which is pretty much just Hobbes. So I'm playing Hobbes. So I'm doing Hobbes-like things, which means knocking shit over and having unnecessary amounts of purring all the time. You stopped at an AA degree. Oh no. So yeah, that's more or less what we got for housekeeping and whatnots for now. But technically, I'm a college graduate. Good. Is that an associate's degree? Nothing wrong with an associate's degree. I kind of wish I would have gotten one of those rather than a BA, because I have a bachelor's and they're expensive and unnecessary. Oh, unnecessary things. Things. Thank you all. Also, patrons and all whatnots. You all helped the channel and whatnots. We did get a thing, and I'll show you the thing that we got, which is we got one of these things. We got a softbox. It lights my face up a little bit. It lights up the whole room a lot of bit, actually. It's not that I don't know how to use it. You turn it on and it turns on a light. So we'll turn it on. I don't know how to use it though. Like, I don't know where I should put it as far as my face is concerned, to get the best amount of lighting. And I'm gonna fudge. And this is the one thing I hate. I have to get up and push a button. There we go. And it's super bright. It actually makes very little difference today, because we actually have a good amount of light coming in through my window, which is in front of me. But look at that! It evens me out a little bit. So maybe that's good. I don't know. People who do cameras and things and other stuff, tell me it should always be from above. Put it right in your face. You're not a YouTuber unless you're blinded by lights. It's true. So it's there, and I can turn it a little bit more. I don't know. But it's much brighter in here with it, which is cool. It's also really hot, which makes me sweaty, which is gonna make me glisten a lot more than usual. Try to look at YouTube tutorials in professional studio lighting, just a hunch. I might have to do that. I don't know. I bought it because I know, I was complaining about it last week, and it's getting close to winter where the sun hides all the time, which makes me want to do it. Okay, so sunlight comes from above, so humans are used to seeing faces with light from above. Okay, so I think it goes higher, and I think I might be able to do that. If not, pop it up on a thing. So okay. Micro doesn't that make your shadows under chin makes you look fat? Oh god, I don't want to look fatter than I already am, guys. That's not the point. So I don't know. I'll look up some YouTube tutorials. There it is. This is the new light. I still have the old light, so if you want some yellow in here, I can do some yellow. Look at that. I'm yellow on this side and white on this side. It's great. I don't know what I'm doing. It's pretty much what that goes on to. All right. So with that said, I'll figure it out. With that said, we have ourselves beer of the week, and last week, we have ourselves 2 beers going on. Oh, you also have the music going. Son of a beeswax. Why didn't anybody say anything until now about the music? Guys are the worst. I'm the worst. It's my goddamn show and I can't even do it right. Okay. Hello, hashtag healing. Hello, Evans. How are you? Oh my goodness. Okay. Always good. Okay, beer of the week. We have beer of the week, just like last week, because we have special beers that were brought by my friend, by my best lady. I have two beers because I don't have like matching pairs of beers, so we're just gonna do two beers. We're gonna go with darker beers this week. Last week we did like very light. I think we did an IPA and a lager. This week we got a porter and we got a bourbon barrel aged beer. So we're gonna save the bourbon barrel aged for second because it's probably going to be darker and kick my ass way more than this one is. But this is the one we got for our porter. So we got beer of the week. We got today is Native Trails by Latitude 33 Brewing Company in Vista, California. It's a porter with vanilla, 6.5% alcohol. And this is their description of the beer. Join us in a rotating flavor experiment Throughout the journey, the Native Trails incorporates invigorating flavors ranging from blueberry to velvety chocolate. We mix it up every couple of months so get it while you can and be on the lookout for the next unparalleled adventure. Oh, okay, so they don't really have a recipe. This is one of those beers that don't have a recipe, which is always fun. I like everything but IPA. You might like the IPA that I had last week. It was a Brut. It was a Brut IPA. It was awful until I ate it with spicy food, and then I ate it with spicy food, and it was way better. Actually, I don't think it was awful. It's just I needed some spicy food. Ooh, this is more beer than my glass can hold. But look at this shit. That is a beer right there. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that beautiful beer. That is fantastic. That is the color beer should be. So yes, we're looking for blueberry and chocolate. Ooh, it smells fantastic. Not gonna lie. Oh, that smells real good. I am disappointed. Very, very disappointed. Huh. Nope. That's a nope on that one. Tastes like coffee. Does not taste like chocolate. Does not taste like blueberries. It's not very smooth. It's kind of a little bit too bitter. Huh. Okay, well, okay. It's fine. It tastes like a Guinness. 5. It's a 5. It tastes like a Guinness. It's fine. It's okay. It's up and trying to good. We actually have I tweeted this out. Maybe I gotta tweet this out again because there's a German bar right across the street from my parking lot at work, and they do fantastic beers. I love going there. Really good German beers on tap. And I don't remember the names of them ever, so I usually just say give me something dark and German. And they do somehow. Germans, how do you have dark things? I thought you weren't into that. But they have really good beers, fantastic beers that I absolutely love. So that's a good place. I'll have to tweet that picture out again. I might even have it on my phone. Send a picture of their food list. Okay, they do. I don't know. They have a lot of bar food. They have like kettle chips. Like I'm not sure if you have these in other countries, but in the States we have these things. We have kettle chips, which are hyper expensive potato chips. So they have like kettle chips with like cheese and bacon on them. I don't know. That's a thing. That's a thing that they do. But I will the next time I go there. I go there quite often after work. So yeah. So far, it doesn't taste like chocolate. It's just kind of it's just a little too bitter. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's a 5. It's a 5. It's not a terrible beer. It's 5 is like a Guinnessy beer. Do I have my beer thing? No, I don't have my beer scale anymore on here. I gotta move this beer scale over, but it's like a 5. It's comparable to a Guinness. How about that? That's probably the best way to put it. It's comparable to a Guinness. I don't know where Cloudbot is. Cloudbot should be here, but apparently is not. So we're gonna try to turn off Cloudbot, turn it back on again, and start with some video selecting voting things. So Cloudbot show up hopefully, but we'll give it a try. Let's see if polls will work. If not, we'll do it the good old-fashioned way and make R&D count things. Okay. Options for today are The Truman Show by ODD TV, Alpha Males by Joe Rogan, Can't Be a Flat Earther by Owen Benjamin, Free Speech by Survival Life, Global Warming by David Icke, Materialism by Quantum Eraser, and Taylor Swift by Paul and Morgan. Paul and Morgan, always fun. So people who, let's see, show up. There he is. All right. If you'd like to vote in the video, all you gotta do is put an upside down eye, vote, and then the number that you'd like to vote for, and we will have that closing up in about 5 minutes. You got about 5 minutes to vote. So new people that are on here, we have Quantum Eraser. If you have not been here for Quantum Eraser yet, you are missing out. I've done like 2 videos, I think, on Quantum Eraser. They're old. They're like a year and a half old, something like that, year old. But I've done like 2 videos on Quantum Eraser. He is a hoot. He is an absolute hoot. God, I love that guy. It's just right. I'm gonna turn on the yellow light. I think it evens me out a little bit. I'm obsessing over these lights, and I should be. Okay, Quantum Eraser is a hoot. I think this one is from his days with Cathexis. So he has he does this thing where he does all his presentations using his email. Of all things, like it doesn't even bother with like Google Slides or PowerPoint, just like an email, like emails himself this like you see they look like spam emails from like the Prince of Nigeria or whatever. Like they look like that. Everything is unnecessarily bolded and colored, and it's a sight to behold. So I think this is from that. Quantum Eraser apparently has his own YouTube channel now. I think it started like a month or 2 ago. And he's doing a lot with Nathan Oakley, and it's fantastic. It's just the best. So we have lots of material to go through now. Oh god, I love that guy. He's too much. Okay, and the other one is Paul and Morgan. You all know Paul and Morgan. They're Christian assholes on the internet. So I guess they did a video. So I know Taylor Swift released a new album, video, music thing, and people got all pissy about it. So Paul and Morgan were one of those people, and it's, as far as I can tell, also hilarious. I didn't actually go through it all. So those are your 2 new options. Otherwise, we have general, global warming skepticism, and I shouldn't call it global warming skepticism. They conned me into saying it. Global warming denialism. We got some flat Earth nonsense in there. We got some. I think the free speech one is very like conservative, like. SJWs are ruin everything, and we comedians can't make jokes anymore because reasons. Haven't we already done 1 and 3? No, we have not done 1 and 3. They've been on here. 1 and 3, 1 through 3, 1, 2, and 3 have been here for a bit. We haven't done them for a bit. Or they've been here in a bit, and we just haven't gotten to it. Harry, if you want to vote, you do upside down I vote, and then the number 3, and then that'll vote, and like. Spamming 3 isn't actually gonna do anything. So yeah, if you like to vote, I think we're getting close to the end. You got about 2 minutes to finish voting. So if you like to vote, upside down I vote, and then the number you'd like to vote for, and that's how you get it. I got pissy about Taster's video for a number of reasons, probably different from Paul and Morgan, and I have heard that. So I watched the video. I watched the Taylor Swift video. I don't listen to Taylor Swift or really keep up with any of her stuff. I'm not a fan at all of her music, and I know a lot of people, a lot of the LGBT, well, maybe not a lot, but I do know part of the LGBTQ community were very upset with Taylor Swift about it, and I understand. I don't, well, I guess I don't understand because I don't know why. I don't entirely know why. I have heard things like she used LGBTQ rights as to sell, music, and then I know some people weren't happy about that. Like, don't use our struggle to sell your music. And the whole video is very much so very, very much so based on LGBT. Like the whole thing is I don't think it was meant to be subtle. Is about LGBTQ rights and gay marriage and things like that. I think it's honestly rather, like, the things that she talks about and promotes are rather tame. Like, she talks, like, a lot of it seems to be based on gay marriage, which is a weird thing to still talk about, gay marriage, because it's 100% legal in the States. Like, I know that people don't like it, but it's one of those things that's 100% legal, and I feel like we moved on to like other other more important, not more important, but other, we sort of moved on, like, you know, gay rights has, or gay marriage is a battle that's been won. Let's move on to the next battle. And I feel like Taylor Swift is talking about something that has kind of, the battle is kind of over with. I mean, you should always, you know, you never give up on rights. They stop. But I feel like that's kind of what's happened to me. I don't know. That's just me. Okay, so with that said, let's complete. Oh no, I think we have a tie. I didn't even get to see. I should looked at videos. Did we? Oh no! Did I close it without doing the thing? You're supposed to tell me. It looked like it was a tie. The poll results, yes, tie. Oh goodness, it's a three-way tie. I don't know what to do with that. 3, 6, and 7. And okay, I can usually pick between 2. 3 is counting a little bit too high for R&D. You're right. It is the only three-way I will get. Roll at D3. I don't have one of those. I have to do 7 then. Okay. I'm trying to think because. Oh God. Okay. I kind of want to. Okay. If I do, okay, if we're gonna do 3, split the difference and do 4. If we're gonna do the thing, we might do Taylor Swift first because that's probably gonna be a thing that gets me upset and actually gets me like upset. Or just goddamn. Okay, fudge, guys. Okay, we'll try to do all 3. We'll try to do all 3. I promise that we're trying to do all 3. Okay, we're gonna start with number 3 and then go down to 6 and then start. Then, oh God, 7 is gonna be the most fun. That's the problem. I'm gonna get super upset at 7, so I really want to do it early, and then have like a flatter palate cleanser at the end, right? Like something I can just like laugh at and be like, "Haha, you're so dumb." Rather than starting with something lighthearted, like talking about Owen Benjamin's racism, and then I don't actually think he talks about race in this one, and then going on. Oh, okay, just do it. We're doing it. We're doing number 7. We're gonna start with number 7, and then we'll move on. We probably won't finish number 7, and that's okay. We don't have to. Okay. So, number 7, where are you? I just downloaded you, so I actually have to find it without, no. There it is. Okay. So, there we go. There's Paul and Morgan. And, so the whole name of the video is, let's see if we can get that up first. The name of the video is called, should Christians listen to Taylor Swift and Billie Eilish? I have no idea. I know who Taylor, I have no idea who Billie Eilish is. I'm assuming that that's a person. That's a person. So, so yeah. They looks like, so it also looks live. So I think this was like a live stream that they did and not like a regular video. Also, it doesn't seem to have the high quality of their usual videos. If nothing else, Paul and Morgan, you have high quality videos, like very polished. You both look super pretty all the time in them. You have good lighting, unlike R&D. You have good cameras. It looks fantastic, right? Okay. So yeah. So I don't think this is a regular video, but let's find out what Paul and Morgan. No, I want to take this one out. There we go. What Paul and Morgan have to say about Taylor Swift.
Woo! What? So yeah, you guys. Obviously, the title says, should Christians should Christians listen to Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, etc.?
Isn't Billie Eilish the emo girl that can't sing or shit or looks like a fish? Okay, now we have to look at Billie Eilish. I have no idea who any of these people are. Not gonna lie, I just don't know. I am incredibly incompetent at Eilish. I'm very incompetent at most things. in case you hadn't noticed. So let's see if we can. Nope, that didn't get. Browser window. No, what are you doing? No, I don't want you. Gosh, darn it all. R&D, get your shit together. Okay, there we go. So. Okay, so here's, I'm gonna make my window bigger. Billie Eilish? Is that how you say? Oh, wow, you do not look like I thought you would look like. Who are you? Who is this person? I have no idea who you are. You look like you came right out of the early 2000s, late 90s. Like you just got ripped out of that time period. Okay, so this is her. I I'm not gonna play her music because I don't want to get the whatchamacallit copyright strike for it. But okay, so that's that person. Again, I have no idea. Um, but now we know. Now we know what to look forward to, I guess. Mm. Um, eyelash. Is she awesome? Okay. I don't. I am meet Avril Lavigne Barbie, and she does actually remind me a lot of Avril Lavigne. She might be okay. I'm gonna shit on pop music and whatnots because I am a not a hermit because I do talk to people. I am antisocial. Who does a show on the internet? I don't get out a whole lot, so I don't know who these people are. Like I know of Taylor Swift. I don't listen to her. Um, I'm not a fan of pop music, so I don't know if I don't listen. I listen to records of Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra and uh, Miles Davis. Like, and I like have records of them because I am old. No, I'm not old. I'm an old soul. It's more emo pop music. Okay. It's just yeah, I don't understand music nowadays. I literally like I just you have a teenager, yes, teenagers. And to be fair, like I was like there's just a skip there. Like the things that are made for me I don't enjoy, but then I do fucking like love Phineas and Ferb and watch cartoons all the time and things that are made for children. I'm a sad individual sometimes. Okay, so I don't know who this person is. But the real question is, should we watch this? So my guess is, and I'm just gonna disclaimer this all right off the bat. Mm. Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, anyone else who makes music, they did something controversial. That's my. I don't know what Billie Eilish is, but Eyelash did. Is that right? I don't know what she did, but I know that Taylor Swift came out with a song and whatnots. They did something controversial, right? And then everyone's like, it's just too much for Christians, right? Eilish. Um, so what was I gonna say? Okay, first of all, I don't know. I don't know if Taylor Swift is actually believes the things that she talks about in her songs, right? Um, it's entirely possible that Taylor Swift actually does care, and Taylor Swift herself as a person does actually is like a good LGBT ally and supports them. It's entirely possible. However, I don't think I sincerely doubt that she made the song and made this music video to help out the LGBTQ community. I entirely doubt that's what happened. I don't think Taylor Swift showed up to record company A and was like, "Hey, I have this song. It's about how we should be, pro LGBTQ rights." Actually, I don't even sure I should do LGBT, just pro gay rights because I don't think she does like the trans rights in there anywhere. So probably just gay rights and LGBT rights. And so I don't think she did that. And then someone was like, "Oh, of course, Taylor Swift, we're going to definitely do what you say." I am more certain that somebody did a market analysis and did market research, and they're like, "Hey, all these other companies and all these other people get a whole lot of attention when they say controversial shit, and here's a controversial thing that you can say in your video, and then we will get attention, and we will make monies off of it." I think I have a very high suspicion that that's what happened. And part of the reason that I have a very high suspicion about this is because this video came out in 2019, and now in whatever 2015, 2016, whenever the like gay marriage was actually a relevant topic. I think that like the things that she talked about, while controversial, are controversial only with a small niche group of bigoted assholes in in Florida. Uh, like they're the ones who are still pissed about gay marriage. The general population has moved on, right? The approval for gay marriage has a thing. We've had a Supreme Court ruling. We're way past that at this point. So I don't think even by the fact that that's what they chose to talk about goes to show you that they're playing it real safe about the controversial issues that they're talking about, right? If they wanted to like actually push like LGBTQ to issues, they'd probably talk about something that's far more relevant today, not something that was relevant 3-4 years ago. So I think that's what happened. I let's get the bigots in Florida all hyped up about this, and then they'll get mad, and then Fox News will run a few stories about it, and then everyone's gonna want to go see the video on YouTube because what's it really about? And it's honestly very tame. Like her portrayal of Christians is and not all Christians. She doesn't portray all Christians this way. Um, her portrayal of conservative Christians is it's a little like it's a little bit of a low blow, like definitely rednecky, definitely dirty rednecks protesting and stuff, but not but again not on a topical issue, not like I don't want to give Taylor Swift more credit than she deserves. I don't think she's like, I'm gonna push the boundaries of I'm gonna push, I'm gonna really like rock the boat and push boundaries and whatnot. This isn't, what's his name? You're not a Pablo Picasso. This isn't a Pablo Picasso thing where you're actually saying something controversial. You're not. You're saying something controversial for a very small group of Florida individuals. I keep picking on Florida. I really shouldn't. Florida is a state. There's other states that are just as bad. I'm so mean to Florida. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you live in Florida. I'm so mean to you. Yeah, Miss Snarky, this says the outrage song is quite popular. It is. So I had, God, we're not even watching this video because I have so much to say about this. I actually had kind of a similar conversation with friends at the bar not too long ago. And one of the things that got brought up was this video, or not Paul and Morgan, but the Taylor Swift video. And one of my friends, I have very weird friends. Let's just go with that. I have very weird friends. One of my friends outright said something along the lines of like Taylor Swift wants to destroy Western culture, something to that effect. It was real dumb, real ignorant, and just the worst. I did try my best to like put my foot down before everyone at the table was like, you all gotta not fight at the bar, right? But it was very much it was that kind of stupid, right? Because he's a Florida man. He's not actually. He's from Nebraska, I think. But still, he's a Florida man who's like, that Taylor Swift is doing the thing. And this is the same group of people who, when Colin Kaepernick got that deal with Adidas or Nike or whoever the fuck, they got all pissy, like, I am never buying Nike ever again. And or when Gillette came out with their ad, it's all of this is a publicity stunt. None of these companies care. Gillette doesn't care, Nike doesn't care, whoever Sony Productions or whoever the fuck does Taylor Swift, I don't know who does Taylor Swift, right? Whoever did her video, they don't care, right? They know that they can push these issues, and they can get money from it. But Nike doesn't care. Is it a good thing that they're doing that? Arguably, yes. Do they care? No, not really. So I mean, I'm glad that companies are being more embracing of trying to normalize a lot of these issues. But at the end of the day, I'm sure somebody did a market study and they're like, this is something we can get away with, this is something that we can say, and this is we will lose customers over this and we will lose money, but we will make more money from the outrage that it causes than we will lose from the customers that no longer want to buy our products, right? I forgot how much money like Nike made after the whole Colin Kaepernick thing, but they did. They made they made plenty of money. If Gillette cared, they would sell their ladies' brands with pink tax. Yeah. So none of these people. That's kind of the point. None of these people care. None of these people care. Which is the funny thing about Paul and Morgan getting really upset about this, because they care a whole lot more about this issue than the people who actually made the video care about these issues, which I find hilarious. Okay, with that said, we have watched a total of 17 minutes, and I have talked for a total of more than that. So let's watch this.
So, why are we talking about this? Well, if you follow me on Instagram, you have seen that I posted something last night. So basically, a lot of people messaged me and were asking me to check out the new video that Billie Eilish just dropped, which is titled "All Good Girls Go to Hell."
Which is not true, by the way.
Shut up, Paul. Shut up, Paul. Shut up, Paul. Just shut that smug ass. Just stop. Just stop. They're on Instagram. Surely they have something in the Bible against that. These are not. I've talked about their Bible issues. God, my beard is so thin on this side. I gotta not cut it. So look at that. Look at that. You can see my pink skin. I'm not okay with it. Entirely derailed. Morgan, I think, also has tattoos. I think she's got like a couple on her arm. She doesn't follow the Bible, right? Like she doesn't care. They don't again, like they don't actually. They are the type of Christians who follow the parts of the Bible that they like and ignore the parts of the Bible that they don't like, or make videos excusing why they can why they're allowed to ignore those parts of the Bible, why they're allowed to eat bacon and have tattoos, and other things. But while entirely ignoring the parts that say, or sorry, while paying attention to like the no gays thing, and all that. Do as I do, the Bible says, not so the Bible thumpers do. Yeah. She has tattoos and has sex before marriage. They are hypocrites of the highest order. They really are. And no, there's nothing wrong with having tattoos, nothing wrong with having sex outside of marriage, nothing wrong with gay marriage, nothing wrong with any of that. So I'm not giving them shit. I'm not giving Morgan shit for having sex outside of marriage or having tattoos. She wants to do that. Great for her. You do you. I don't care. Mostly I get real pissy with Morgan and Paul over this shit because they tell everyone else what they should do, and just you need to shut the fuck up. If you can't do it yourself, Paul and Morgan, then you shouldn't be telling other people to do it. Like lead by example. Do something, right? If nothing else, Morgan, cover up your tattoos. At least pretend like you're embarrassed by the fact that you broke the laws of the Bible. At least pretend. That would be the best. Nothing wrong with having sex inside of marriage while getting a tattoo. Nothing wrong. Do both of them at the same time if you have a tattoo artist who's willing to do it. Also consent. Okay.
To the good girls that are in Christ.
Wow. And so I went and watched it, and you guys, first of all, I don't listen to Billie Eilish because, well, I'll explain to you why. But I watched it and I wasn't surprised, but my stomach dropped and I just felt like so sick. And some of you all are going to say that the song is supposed to be about climate change.
Oh, I don't want to look it up. Good girls in Christ, that's not how sex works, Paul. I'm still not actually sure those two have sex. I'm gonna stick to my crazy conspiracy theory that Paul and Morgan do not engage in any sexual activity. Does Billie Eilish's song about? I don't want to. Well, one, I can't watch it on stream. Two, I don't want to watch it. But I don't know. I sure it might be about climate change. again, it's one of those. It's actually one of those like just to reiterate all those things. Uh, um, it's one of those hot topic issues. I know that this video is a little bit older, so it's before all the Greta stuff happened, but it's it's a topical thing. It's actually being talked about in the news and whatnot. So getting a video that even if it doesn't do a good job at talking about climate change, even if it does a terrible job about climate change, but says something, right? Like has something about climate change, will get that video up to the top of people's attention because it's something that is being talked about currently. So it's topical. It's topical. So that's probably why it was done. But okay.
Which I think is very interesting because yes, in her like little description, she wrote a note talking about climate change and go sign this form, whatever, to change and speak up.
So yeah, it looked it up. It is about climate change. Great. And it really doesn't have to be like all about climate change. Honestly, I feel like if the song was about, I don't know, whatever pop songs are about nowadays, was about that, and then it just had like a beginning or end card that just said, sign this petition so that we don't die on this horrible planet, or we don't ruin our planet, right? You all would still be pissy about it. So again, I don't. How much Billie Eilish cares is debatable.
That is not what this song is about, okay? That might be one of the points, but we missed, people are missing the, like, very, very clear point, which is, I mean, first of all, she's singing the song in the perspective of Lucifer, Satan. So there's that. And her song, Bury a Friend.
So, okay. God, I really gotta watch this. Okay. Thou shalt not curse the death, nor put the stumbling block before the blind, but thou shalt fear thy God. I am thy Lord. Okay. God, what a I'm trying to remember good songs about being sung by Satan and things. So what? Why won't the perspective of love or sorrow matter? There's I know novels about this. If nothing else, if you get anything out of this, go books to go read about Satan, which are really good books. Master and Margarita, which I think was written by a Russian author. Master and Margarita, real good book about from the perspective of Satan, and it's actually, if you know religion, if you know Christian mythology, it's very interesting because it mostly portrays Satan as somebody who like isn't really a bad guy. Like he's more like he's just like, I don't know, chaotic neutral, I guess. Like he just wants to have fun. Like that's what Satan wants to do. He just wants to have fun. He wants to do his own thing. He wants to be his own person. And one of the reasons that they decided to rebel against God is because if when you have paradise and everyone's the same, because everyone has to follow the rules, the only way to be an individual is to not follow the rules set by God. So it's really good in that way that it sort of portrays Satan as like not necessarily an evil creature, just a creature who wants to have some amount of individuality. And the only way to do that in a perfect world with no sin is to just, go against the norm. And when everyone else is singing praises to God, you don't do that, and then you get to be your own person. But that, of course, goes against God, and so he gets labeled as the bad guy. But he's not really a bad guy. It's a really good book. Fantastic. You should, if you want to, you should go read that one. The other one that's really good for is Paradise Lost. Has the first book in Paradise Lost. I think it's Infernal, something like that. The first book in Paradise Lost is really good for that. Paradise Lost is the first book. I think it's Paradise Lost. I know it's Paradise Lost and Paradise Found, and then there's one in between, which is like the thing in between heaven and hell, purgatory. There's like a purgatory book. Inferno is Dante, yeah. Inferno is Dan Brown book. No, Inferno. Dante's Inferno is the one I was thinking of. There's so many. Dante's Divine Comedy. There's so much. Limbo. I don't know. There's so much. Paradise Lost by John Milton is the one you should read. Is what I'm saying, right? Like, there's a lot of books on it. Paradise Lost by John Milton is a good one. Also, there we go. Inferno, Purgatorius, Paradiso are Dante. Oh, are they Dante? God, I forget these things. Those are separate books. But Paradise Lost by John Milton. Really good. Also, first chapter book or whatever talks about Satan falling and whatnot, and it talks a whole lot about the same kind of thing where Satan is just kind of trying to do his own thing. Like, that's like they just want to be a fucking individual, which is very good idea. Okay.
Is also very satanic and very dark. But it's interesting because I said this in a live when I was on Hannah Williamson's channel, and I said this on my Instagram, and I'll say it again. Billie Eilish is, all of her music is very like sad and mystical and beautiful. Like, her voice is beautiful.
It sounds like she might be an emo pop singer. And from her picture, I think she is. Morgan, this should be titled Morgan Discovers Emo. I mean, yes, that seems to be it. Faust is really good. I do like Faust. Why does Paul always look like he secretly disagrees, but no, he has a better life when he openly agrees with Morgan? I think it's true. Yeah, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to listen to the song. Maybe in the break I'll listen to it and actually know what I'm talking about. But I know which Faust. There is like I don't know which Faust. I don't know which one I read. I've read a couple of them, but I don't know which one I've read. Okay. Okay. So yeah, it is probably very emo, very sad. I don't want to call Billie Eilish's music as art because I don't know if it is, but art has a tendency to do the emotion thing and like make you feel the things, which is probably what she is striving for. And if the emotions that she's striving for is sadness, there's nothing wrong with feeling sad, Morgan. Plenty of music makes you feel sad, and that's okay. That is the point. Like, yeah, it's supposed to make you feel sad and uncomfortable, and it's supposed to, it is supposed to make you feel those emotions. I know that sad is kind of not an emotion that we like to feel, but it's, it's part of the human experience. You gotta feel sad sometimes. And it speaks to a lot of people. This is like has been a part of music for forever. The Beatles had, what was the Beatles song that I always find really sad? It's the one about the girl who leaves her mom and dad to like runs away from home. I forget the name of that song, but it's really sad. Like, it's really, as I laugh at how sad it is. It's really sad because it is about a girl who runs. It's not Helter Skelter. It's about, she's leaving home. There we go. It's about a girl who leaves her family and how sad the parents are about it, and it's like it is supposed to make you feel sad because it's supposed to not Hey Jude. She's leaving home, I think is where is it. It's I'll look it up. I have it somewhere. Because of course I do. But it is like, those are the emotions you're supposed to feel, Morgan. It's fine that you feel sad, Morgan. That is the whole thing I'm telling you.
There's no doubt about that. She has talent for sure.
Yeah, guys, when I heard Bad Guy on the radio for the first time, I stopped on the song because it like grabs you. It's different. Her voice is different. So don't get us wrong. We can still acknowledge that there is talent there.
Yeah, absolutely. There's talent there, and I wish that she would use it to glorify God, but she's not. Okay, that's just like the case.
Yeah.
It's it's sad because it's very clear, and she's talked about it in interview after interview after interview, that she has struggled with depression. She continues to struggle with anxiety. I know that she has Tourette's.
Okay, so that's not sad. I'm just gonna come out there. I don't know who Billie Eilish is, and maybe I should have looked into her a little bit more. Um, uh, but it's not sad that she openly talks about her anxiety, her depression. That's a good thing. Like I know that these aren't good things to have. Thank you. I know that these aren't good things to have, Morgan. Like I understand that being depressed and having anxiety aren't good things to have, but talking about them is a good thing. Um, Openly acknowledging that you are, especially if you are a famous individual, if you have any amount of clout or any amount of influence on people, being open about it is fantastic. I think that's a great thing for her to do, if that's really what she's doing. Because we need to normalize this shit. We need to normalize the fact that people have depression. We need to normalize the fact that people have anxiety, and that there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it might not be something we want to have, but there's nothing wrong with having anxiety. You're not a bad person for having anxiety. You're not a bad person for having depression. You're not you that isn't a problem with you, per se. So and why any world without any with God world without land is sad because it rectifies Kevin Costner and his Waterworld. Yeah, we don't need Waterworld. um, so again, I I don't know. Like I don't know if you understand that the things that you are complaining about, Morgan, are things that, while again they're not things that we want to happen to us, and we're not things that we want in our lives, that they are important to talk about. And the fact that Billie Eilish is actually making music about them and talking about them openly is a good thing. It's not a bad thing, Morgan, that people acknowledge the fact that they have anxiety rather than do what we have been doing for forever, which is to not talk about it and just kind of hold it in until things go wrong. Okay. Um, yes, we need to. I've noticed that when I tweet about my bad days with my condition, only close friends will like and comment, and let people avoid talking. And we really need to talk about it. We really do. Like, and that's like, and I know that it's hard. Like, I know that it's not easy. Excuse me. These are not easy subjects to talk about. Like depression and anxiety. They're tough to talk about. And a lot of us have gone through it and almost understand it. And they're not pleasant. Nobody's saying that these things are pleasant things to do, but talking about them is very, very important. Morgan, they are important. We need to talk about them, and it's fine that Billie Eilish is talking about them.
But like one of her main things she's talked about with music is like she pours all of her struggle with depression and anxiety into her music. And that is totally okay. Like, I understand that because I'm a singer and a songwriter, and a lot of my songs in the past, like, I used music as an outlet to.
I'm just gonna comment how absolutely bored Paul is right now. That in the middle of the video, he took out his phone and is just like, I have more important things to do right now than to listen to you, Morgan. I just want to point that out to you, Paul. You're a bit of a jerk.
Just like voice my struggles and whatnot. But the difference between her is her music and others maybe that have used music as an outlet to kind of cope with depression and whatnot is that I don't even know how to explain it, you all. If you guys
I'm gonna pause just for dramatic effect and nothing else, because I'm real curious as to what the problem is. Like, at first you're like, it's cool, but what is the problem, Morgan? I'm dramatic effect. What is the problem?
don't know, there's like gifts from the Holy Spirit, and one of them is discernment. And I've had a lot of people reach out to me who said like their gift is discernment, which I'm not gonna like talk a lot about that, but My discernment, which I have like the gift of discernment, my discernment.
There's a D&D joke in there somewhere, so I'm gonna let Micro make it. Okay. Okay, gift of discernment. That's fine. My bet is she's gonna say that Billie Eilish is faking it, I guess. Which I don't know. She might be. I don't know Billie Eilish, so she might be, but I don't know.
Every time I listen to her, is that Satan is behind all of her music.
I'm sorry. What? I just. There's not enough beer in the world for this, guys. There's just not enough beer in the world for this. Satan is behind it, and she can tell because of her gift of discernment. Okay, gift of discernment is a homebrew cleric feat. There we go. Okay. I mean, sure. Just Satan. Just Satan.
In a lot of secular music, the enemy is just like very present in music right now. And like, I don't think a lot of people realize that. Like, I don't think people realize how much the enemy has his hand in Hollywood, in secular music.
I just. $5 says it's the Jews. Not gonna lie, $5 says it's the Jews who are behind Hollywood. Oh gosh.
In all of that. And he is using her depression to like almost like make kids think that it's okay to be depressed, like to live in depression.
Okay. Morgan. You need to stop. You need to just not talk. You need to just not talk anymore, Morgan. First and foremost, it's okay to be depressed. It's okay to have depression. It's okay. It's okay to talk to people about it. It's okay to go talk to the people who are going to help you about it. Perfectly okay. It's okay to live in depression. I don't like God. I feel like I feel like you haven't I want to say you're very sheltered if you think that one Billie Eilish, well, I guess you don't think that because you said that everyone does this, but like this has been a theme in music for a long time. Like depression has been a theme in music for a very long time. It's nothing new. Being sad and heartbreak and all this stuff is very common. It's not like a brand new Billie Eilish millennial thing or anything. Oh, okay.
It is okay if you're depressed. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not saying you can't be depressed or shame on you for being depressed. I struggled with depression for a long time. But what the enemy is trying to do through Billie Eilish's music, through all kinds of other people's music, but mainly her right now because she is like the biggest pop star
I
right
feel like
now ever.
she's captivated the attention of very young people.
Like 14-year-old, 12-year-old, 11-year-old girls.
That's what I was noticing when I was in the schools last year.
They're
I need to go. I don't want to, but I feel like I need to go. I'm assuming that Billie Eilish is the whatever Blink 182 of the new kids or the Motion City soundtrack of the new kids. It's that emo kind of thing. And so it's again, this isn't new. This isn't what the fuck was he doing in schools? I would like to know that too. This isn't new, Paul Morgan. This isn't something that we need to like. That's something that is people talking about being depressed. Emo music is not new by any stretch of the imagination. This isn't like I don't know why you seem concerned with it now when it's something that's been happening for a very long time, but that's just me. What are we doing? We're gonna go.
Obsessed with her. And it's like they're obsessed with her, and what is she? She's an image of depression, of sadness, of darkness, of evil. And
Oh, we just went from depression to evil in like a split second there, Morgan. Um, no. No. Those two things are not the same, Morgan. Being sad and being depressed is not evil. Expressing the fact that you are sad and depressed and have anxiety is not evil. That is how you feel, and that's okay. Those feelings are fine. You are allowed to have those feelings. You are not evil for having those feelings, Morgan. So fuck you. Oh, goodness.
it's so scary. It's very.
This okay. I'm gonna. We're like the halfway point, and we might take a. I'm also out of beer. So we might take a break here. I'm just. This all. This all just sounds like the same kind of nonsense that you know that happened in the '80s with Dungeons and Dragons, happened in the '90s with violent video games. Like this is the kind of ridiculous like scare like fear mongering that always happens when you don't like a certain artist or whatever. I sincerely doubt that like Billie Eilish is probably not evil. I sincerely doubt that the whatever she does is not for Satan's work or whatever. It's not to get all the kids to go to Satan. She's talking about from what I can tell, and maybe I'll listen to one of her songs while I'm at the break. It sounds like she's probably just talking about how she feels and how she feels is sad and she has anxiety and all that. And there's absolutely nothing evil about expressing the fact that you are sad, that you are depressed, and that you have anxiety. There's nothing evil about that. There's nothing evil with getting other people to talk about it. There's nothing evil to expressing yourself in a way that other people can understand. I am sure that she does have fans that are 12, 13-year-olds, 14-year-old girls, and probably boys too, but whatever, right? That's her fan base. Because I'm sure that she speaks to them, right? Like being in that age, being in that like late elementary school, middle schoolish age is not fun. Nobody had fun in middle school. If you had fun in middle school, you were probably an asshole. Nobody had fun, at all. And I am fairly sure that they do actually whatchamacallit, resonate with what Billy is saying, because you know these are the things that a lot of people go through. Like we can empathize with what Billy is saying. I'm gonna have to listen to these songs. All Girls is the one that someone said for us, so go with that one. I will listen to it during the break. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna go listen to it, and then after we listen to it, maybe I'll be able to talk about this a little bit better. And then maybe we'll get into Taylor Swift, and then we'll get into Flat Earth, and then we'll get into other things. So we're going to try our best to get through all the things here and whatnots. All right, y'all enjoy some royalty-free music and some fan art, and we'll be right back. All right, everyone, and we're back. We got ourselves things to talk about. More Paul and Morgan, probably a little bit more Paul and Morgan, because I'm not quite done with them yet. Oh, hello. I did see Sean show up. Hello, Sean. How are you? Welcome to the show. I'm not sure if you've been here before or not. Okay. Okay. Things that I've learned. I watched the music video. That is a very poppy emo song. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's not very emo. Like I guess it's emo, but it doesn't sound very emo to me. I don't know. Again, to each their own. I listen to the Billie Eilish or whatever. It's sure it's emo-esque. It's fine. Hello, Kaiser Cube. How are you? Welcome back to the show. I hope you're having yourself a wonderful afternoon. Okay, with that said, old man already yells at young people's music. This is the show. I don't understand your music. I'm not gonna lie. Kids in the audience, your music makes no goddamn sense. To me. If it makes sense to you, enjoy it. I had actually heard it before. Once I actually like looked it up and started listening to it, I have actually heard the song before. I think it gets played on one of the radio stations that I listen to here. So I have actually heard it before. I just didn't know who Billie Eilish was. Now I know. I don't think it's that emo, but that's just my opinion of what emo music is. It's fine if you think it's emo. That's great. It's fantastic. Good for you. I do see the satanic bits. And I can't put enough air quotes on that, satanic bits about it. It's there. I guess it's there. It's very yeah, sure. Whenever, it's about as much there as Satanism is in Dungeons and Dragons, right? Like, it's there. It's really not. I don't think so, but whatever. Okay, with that said, I did say we were gonna have 2 beers of the week, so moving on to beer of the week number dos. We have ourselves the Monster did not spell that right. The Monsters Park. By Modern Times Beer. I forgot a space there. God, I am terrible. Brewed in San Diego, California. 14.12% alcohol per volume thingy-mabobby. Imperial Stout aged in a bourbon barrel. Tiefling racism, it's true. Okay, so this sounds like a beer that they do kind of like, it's a seasonal beer, so the description that I found, I don't think it's a description that actually applies to it, so it's going to be a little bit off, but it's a description of one of their Monster Park beers. And I can sort of read the one that the big description that they have on the beer can as well. So, hitting shelves throughout Southern California next week, Monsters Park are hulking cantankerous, that's a word. 12% ABV Imperial Stout sporting a huge roast of chocolate profile. This beer is as aggressive as it is complex, offering layer after layer of robust malt flavor, aroma, brewing this much. Oh my goodness, thank you, Insider. Saving for a new spelling board. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. There are your boobs for donating all of your money. It is going to go straight into helping me become smarter. That's the plan. Will it happen? I doubt it. But, thank you very much. I wholeheartedly appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, what was I? This beer is aggressive as it is complex, offering layer after layer of robust malt flavor and aroma. Brewing this much Monster Park was a gigantic pain in the ass. Thanks for being honest, friend and brewing company. But it's our way of saying thank you to all the awesome bottlers, shops, liquor stores, and markets who have done so much to support us. Yay! Okay. So like I said, this isn't actually the beer can that I have. Is according to its label, it's a 14.2 alcohol per volume, not the 12 that it said. And it's an imperial stout aged in bourbon barrels with cinnamon, cocoa nibs, chilies, and vanilla added. This beer is also vegan. Okay, so hello, Evan Williams. How are you? We're talking about Paul and Morgan and Satanism, which is fantastic. Always good. Okay, we're gonna give this. Ooh, this already looks fan. Oh, I'm gonna try to show how. Look at that beer. Look at how dark and delicious that beer is. This is a very satanic beer. We're gonna call it a very satanic beer just to get Paul and Morgan's panties in a twist. Oh my goodness, look at this. That smells like chocolate. Dear Latitude 36. This is what chocolate is supposed to smell like. Oh, that is like dark chocolate. Oh, just the smell's getting my mouth all watery. Oh, I love it. Oh, that is spicy. That's a spicy. Oh, that's got flavor. Oh, goodness. That chocolate. Oh, it's still going. That chocolate. Oh, you can taste the dark chocolate. There it is. Oh, you can taste the chili. Oh, that is good. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I love you. You are my best friend now. 10 out of 10. This is fantastic. Oh, that is a delicious beer. Oh my goodness, that is fantastic. Oh yeah. It's super smooth, nice and sweet. Oh, there's that sweetness, and then as it goes away, you have like this the chili sting on like the back of your throat. Like, oh, you can feel it stinging, and then you can taste it. Oh, that is a good beer. That is a really good beer. Modern Times, I ain't gonna go visit you the next time I go to San Diego because you are fantastic. 14.2 is what the can says. Not lying. That is what the can... Let's see if we can turn the can. Come on, focus on the can, camera. Oh, there it is. Come on, focus, you son of a bitch. Come on, you can focus. You know how to focus, camera. There it is. 14.2. That's what the camera is, what the can says. So I'm going to go with that. Oh, whew. Whew. Okay. That is fantastic. I loved it. Okay, yes. So the text that I didn't actually type that text. I got that off their website, and it sounds like this is a seasonal beer that they do like different recipes for every year, and I think I got an older version of it. So I know it doesn't match, but it's the best I could do without, because this doesn't really have a description to it. Like the most descriptive thing it has on it is the part that I read about just chili and chocolate. So this is good. This is good. I love it. I love this one. This is fantastic. Okay. So with that said, we'll talk a little bit more about Paul and Morgan and whatever it is that they want to say about things, which is nothing much. Okay. We watched the Billie Eilish video. I watched the Billie Eilish video. Go watch the video. Go watch it. It's fine. Is it satanic? Not really. I mean, I guess if you it can be, I suppose. I'll give them that much, but is it really? No, because Satan isn't real. So no, it's not actually satanic.
Scary.
And guys, we're not trying to say like Billie Eilish, she's terrible, she's horrible, she's leading all these astray.
Yes,
all these young...
Shut up, Paul. Yes, you. Oh, it's so good. Yes, you are, Paul. It's exactly Paul. Morgan just said that she's leading people. Oh, I show the video. That she's leading people to evil. Like, yes, you are. Yes, you are. That's what you're saying. You are saying that Billie Eilish is leading people to evil and that she's an all. She must therefore be a horrible human being for doing this, because she's leading people to Satan, and Satan is not good.
People astray. The Bible talks about our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, the principalities in the heavenly realms. And so yeah, don't start attacking us saying we're attacking her. We're bringing to light things going on in the spirit realm.
Sure thing.
In her music.
Yeah, it's not her, like...
Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead to maybe the Taylor Swifty parts, because that's the bits I want to talk about. And also, we want to move on to 3 and 6, whatever those videos are. So we want to move ahead. So we're gonna skip ahead just a little bit, and then we'll listen to a little bit more of Paula Morgan, and then move on to whatever else we said we were gonna talk about.
See what happens.
Paul doesn't like it when things get heavy.
And I'm fine with it. I just want to make sure that it's blessed to get really heavy. And
yeah, Michelle says it's a heavy topic. Don't apologize. I agree. It's a heavy topic. It needs to be talked about. And yeah, so.
Hey, sup, man. Hey, sup, man. I'm glad you're here. Good to see you.
You're still a moderator.
You're still a moderator. And if you don't mind, I was just looking at my phone. It seems like it's staying pretty civil. But if you see some comments that are definitely should be flagged or blocked, you're welcome to do that. Continue.
Guys, another thing is I know for myself when I was struggling with depression.
Okay, we're still talking about depression. I want to talk about Taylor Swift. God damn it.
You know, there's permissible things, but not everything's beneficial. I think there are also things that are not permissible, and I think Morgan and I are on here saying the stuff we're seeing with Billie Eilish, and this is probably gonna get some backlash, but the more recent stuff we've seen with Taylor Swift, looking at some of her lyrics and so forth, we would say these don't fall in the permissible category. These are the things that...
Hey, Paul. According to you and your Bible, neither are tattoos and sex before marriage. Not gonna judge Morgan for those. Just gonna say you're a bit of a hypocrite. That's all.
We should actually stay away from. We should intentionally stay away from.
Yeah, one of the reasons we picked Billie Eilish and Taylor Swift to kind of focus on was obviously because they're very relevant. They're very much on top of all of...
All right, I think I'm done. I don't mix fabrics, it's true. I'm sure you're breaking plenty of rules. All right, I think I'm done with this. Paul and Morgan clearly do not know what the hell they're talking about. I need to stop talking about the things I don't talk about. So, if I remember right, we said we were gonna watch next. The one I want to flip because we got Quantum Eraser's video is 2 hours long because he's Quantum Eraser. And the Owen Benjamin one is a little bit shorter, I think. So which one do we want to do? We want to roll. We got a D20. So we can roll for which one. So we got our D20. I also got Google. While you all decide if we want to roll or not, I also got this neat little tower thing that I can put a dice in and it rolls for me, and it's fantastic and I love it. And I haven't had enough time to use it. So the options are 3 and 6. We're gonna do one of the other ones. Roll for initiative. Okay, so we're gonna roll. Let's go with since we got this. If we get an odd number, we'll go with Owen Benjamin. If we get an even number, we'll go with Quantum Eraser, since they have odd and even numbers. We'll put it in a little tower thing, and you'll probably get to see it before I do. Oh, I can't see the top of that. That is a 9, which means we're gonna start with Owen Benjamin, talking about flat Earth. This is good. I'm glad we did this in this order because, again, we get to have a little flat Earth palate cleanser rather than going from flat Earth to talking about some deep, unnecessary shit. Let's see, where is it on the topic of transgender?
This video was brought.
No, that's Cirrus. I don't know why it's still there. Probably because I was going to do something with it. Where are you on the topic? Where'd you go? Top chat reply. Is this it?
All right.
Nope, that's Quantum Eraser. Shit, did I lose the video? I had the video. Oh goodness, I feel incompetent at the moment. That's not the one I want. Jordan Peterson. Shoot. Did I lose it? I might have lost the video, guys. Not gonna lie. I might have lost the video. That's David Icke. That is Owen Benjamin, but that's Owen Benjamin being a racist asshole. Ancient Aliens, Transgender, Autism, Charlottesville Live, Joe Rogan, oh my god, Millennials. Oh no, I might have lost it. I'm not gonna lie, I might have lost it. I might have lost it. Have you made peace with Cyrus yet? No, I'm sure Cyrus hates me, and that's fine. He's allowed to hate me. I don't care. I have words. I still have words. Actually, I am probably angrier now with Cyrus than I was before because of more recent videos that he's done. And I'm not okay with it, but I'm also not necessarily supposed to talk about it. So I'm not gonna talk about it. We're gonna go with that. I'm just not. No, go away, ad.
Fly.
Stop. I do thankfully have the video saved, so it's gonna take a quick second, but we're gonna download the video so that we can actually watch. But we're gonna start with 3 first, which I think is Owen Benjamin. So we're gonna start with 3 first. We're gonna download it real quick, and if we can't, we can put it on the YouTubes because I do have it. It's real laggy if I do it on the YouTube. That's all. I'm always up for hearing what kind of crimes we trans are doing. It's true. So yeah, the Cyrus one was the video that I had on here for a little while, which was the one that I made a response video to Cyrus on top chat replay. Maybe I do have it and I'm just like incompetent. Is this it? Nope, that's a different one. So that's that one. I have, like I said, I have other issues with Sirius, and that has to do with things that have happened since, things that I'm not necessarily supposed to talk about. So I'm not going to talk about them for a little bit. I'll talk about them later. Probably talk about them later, but I'm trying to be good and not start shit like I usually do. Because things have gone south real quick. And I'm not sure I want to be part of making things go south. So, all right, we are currently downloading the Owen Benjamin video. We're going to start with number 3, and then we'll move on to number 6, which is going to be Quantum Eraser. So if you don't know who Owen Benjamin is a racist asshole on the internet, as many people are. Owen Benjamin, the other video that was kind of there for a while is creating a myth where pretty much it was just nothing but anti-Semitism and how the Jews are ruling everything because it's always about the Jews because why not? But this other one is a video, I guess it was a live stream that Owen Benjamin did where he kind of lost his shit and was like, oh no, I think I'm a flat earther. And it's really funny because it's him being real dumb for like 5 minutes. But he took it down and somebody else was like making sure that he's being held accountable for the stupid shit that he says and uploaded a mirror of it, and it's still somehow it's still up, so I'm gonna do it. Yeah, so there's a lot of jokes about things that I probably shouldn't talk about. All right, video, let's download. What else can I fill air with? Things that have been going on in life. I have a new client, which is fantastic. I'm also doing physical therapy for my thumb. Things that you didn't know about R&D's life. I have like this putty that I have to use. I have it over here, but it's got my name on it, so might not show the cover of it. Let's not show the cover of it. But I have this like silly putty thing that is hard, and I'm supposed to squeeze it. That's a thing that's gonna get quoted. But it's supposed to help me rehabilitate my thumb so that I can actually use it at work again, because I can't at the moment. I have been on restrictions at work, which means that I spent most of my days at work on my computer, which has been incredibly boring, but has also been useful for getting my homework done. Nobody tell my bosses that I do my homework at work, even though I'm pretty sure that I do that all the time. Okay, so we got the video downloaded. So like I said, this video doesn't exist on the interwebs anymore in a there it is. In a good, like, an easy to find fashion. I will put the whatchamacallit, the video in the description. It's called Owen Benjamin. I can't be a flatter third person! Exclamation point. It's by a lady called Karen B, who I think is a flat earther. Yeah, so I think is a flat earther, and she's got it. If you just look up her name, she looks like a lot of what she does is just re-upload like Jeranism and the Turth videos onto her channel. I don't think she does anything else besides that. It looks like she follows FE Core, which, if you know anything about flat earthers, you know you fucked up. So plenty here to probably talk about as far as, so we're gonna have a nice little flat earth palate cleanser. All right, there she is, Karen B.
Oh, and talk more flat earth. This is the thing I want to ask the round earth people to explain to me. If the earth is spinning at 700 miles an hour, 1100 miles an hour, whatever, why isn't the air spinning? And before you answer,
See, it's fantastic. It's just dumb. FE Core, watch out for DMC strikes. It's true. Yeah, there have been the person who's been going after Slice Sparkane as of late, which is great. So why isn't the air spinning? No, this is gonna be all sorts of stupid. I watched like most of this already. Like he goes down the line of like every stupid flat Earth argument he's gonna say in like however many minutes long this is. He's gonna say them all. It's fantastic. So he's outside in a yellow raincoat. Okay. Also, like I said, this guy is in his other videos, which, if you look up Owen Benjamin, he's just a racist, anti-Semitic asshole. Like that's his thing, is being a racist, anti-Semitic asshole. That's his thing. Oh, Hobbs is here. Maybe he'll come join us, and we can switch from the R&D cam to the Hobbs cam. All right.
answer real fast and say, oh, it's all relative, it's all the same shit. The higher you go in the air, the less atmosphere there is, until there's almost no atmosphere. Like
Yeah.
40,000 feet up, there's almost no atmosphere. So where is the break where you get away from the atmosphere in which it's no longer relative?
What? I'm sorry, what? Until it's no longer relative? Unnecessary amounts of purring. Yeah. Okay, so you explained the first bit right, which is that the atmosphere is a gradient. That was like 100% good on you, buddy. Like that part you got right. And then after that you said a lot of stupid. Where does the relative?
Until there's almost no atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like 40,000 feet up,
Yeah.
there's almost no atmosphere. So where is the break where you get away from the atmosphere in which it's no longer relative?
Where is the break when you get away from the atmosphere and it's no longer relative? I think you might know the meaning of those words individually. Like, I think you might know what relative means, and I think you might know what break means. But I don't think you know that putting those words like that in a sentence makes no goddamn sense. Yeah.
This is a lot harder than I expected, proving that the Earth is round.
I'm sorry, Owen. You're an idiot. And so, okay, I'm trying to be like a good human individual, and I'm trying to like not be a complete jackass to everyone, which is turning out to be rather difficult. And not just assume that the reason that people say dumb shit is because they're idiots, right? Like I don't want to say that, but this is Owen Benjamin, who is a racist, anti-Semitic asshole, so I don't feel bad. So if anyone wants to be like, oh, you're jumping to conclusions about calling him an idiot real quick, maybe, but he's a racist, anti-Semitic asshole. So, so I don't feel bad.
There's wind. No, there isn't. There's a 100-mile-an-hour wind at the at certain levels, like the jet stream.
Oh.
It's fucking weird. It is way, way, way harder. The jet stream's 100 miles an hour.
Okay, what's that supposed to mean? Why doesn't the atmosphere spin at 1,000 feet? Think by gradient, he means that the atmosphere gradually assumes a stationary position in space. Is that what he thinks? Like putty time, because I have it. I got it. Okay, so like as it turns, it gets like it does that, right? Like it turns and it's kind of like a spiral where like this part should be dragging more than the other bits, like that. Is that what he's talking about? Like it's spinning. There should be like some drag going on, so that like as you go up higher, you should like it should be dragging more at the tail bits. Is that it? Okay. I think that's what he's talking about, but that's about it. It's called the problem of the pile, IOW. If you were to put sand in one place, at what point is the pile of sand? It's going to be gray. At what point is the process? So is that what it is? Okay. So somebody who's not here, but I'm going to talk about them anyway because he's Quantum Eraser's buddy. His name is Cathexis, and God, years ago we had a not a debate, but we chatted on a debate channel for a little while. And his whole thing for a long time was, at what point as you leave Earth's atmosphere, do you get to the floaty part? And like no joke, he that was the word that he said. Like, where do you get to the floaty part? Because he doesn't understand how gravity works. And that you can pretty much be at the floaty part anywhere within the atmosphere, really anywhere, as long as you're moving in the right way, right? I think we're sort of in that place where we don't understand. Like, I don't understand what he's talking about. God, it's really hard to decipher because I have to understand what you're saying, which is hard because you're saying stupid things. Okay.
You ever see 100-mile-per-hour winds? Yeah, 1,000 miles per hour ain't happening. Dude, I'm telling you, it's fucked up.
Okay. 1,000 miles an hour. 1,000 miles an hour. Okay.
When someone just said, dude, gravity.
I don't know. Dude, gravity might actually be the answer, but I don't actually know because your question is stupid.
What does that mean? So, if the Earth is spinning 1,100 miles an hour.
Okay. No. Yes and no. Should we talk about this like the correct answer is refraction? Probably is. Okay. Linear speed is a weird choice of words to describe circular motion. Owen, which is one of the things that we tell flat earthers all the time. Like, you can't describe, I mean, you can, right? You can describe circular speed on a linear way, and that gives you the 1,000 miles an hour at the equator thing. But it's also incredibly inaccurate. Like, yeah, like, it's accurate, but a more a better description of what's happening is that we're rotating once every 24 hours. Like, rotations per minute or rotations per hour or really rotations per day is probably a better descriptor of how we're rotating. We're rotating once per day. Linear, like, God, that's really weird and dumb.
And the atmosphere somehow miraculously is attached to the Earth. Is that
Why would... Okay.
Is that what kind of friction is that? Sliding friction?
I'm sorry, what? Sorry, what?
Is when the molecules are touching, so sliding friction is moving it along, right? Fine.
No, it's okay. Okay. One, lots of things. One, probably gravity. Two, probably not. Okay. So, okay. Everything is already spinning. So objects in motion will remain in motion unless less acted upon by an outside force. So what you are imagining is like the earth is spinning and then like I don't know an air molecule just like magically appears, and because it isn't moving already with the earth, it would it would be stationary and so it could drag along. But that's not how air molecules exist. Like they don't just pop into existence without having the acceleration that they're already in. So even if we like air just doesn't exist on Earth without it already moving. like all air on Earth is already doing this bit. Like it's all and not very fast. It's just kind of very slowly already doing the spinning bit. And the only thing that I can think of is that you think that air molecules just kind of like apparate out of nowhere, and then the Earth is like, oh, I'm just gonna leave it behind, and then it's like, oh no, I'm an air molecule that doesn't keep up, right? Like, is that what you think air molecules do? Because that's a little stupid. There's a cat here. There's a cat who decided to do a thing. There she is. Bye. What are we doing, kitty? Hey, what's up? You want to come over here and hang out? Yeah? We'll be a good girl. There's other cats here. Okay. We'll
When you go up enough, there's no more atmosphere.
Yeah.
So you are now just like if you're in a hot air balloon that goes up 30,000 miles, there's no atmosphere. So if you, why isn't the Earth flying by?
Why would it be? I mean, okay, you could do that, right? Like, okay, potentially you could make it so that the Earth is flying by, but at that point it would look like you're moving at like relativity is not relativity. Newton's first law is a thing, right? So okay, Earth. God, where's my globe? You're spinning like this, right? You're doing this thing, and you take off, and you're still doing that. You're still doing the same motion, regardless of how high you go. You're still moving at the same speed. If you wanted to make it so that the Earth is moving underneath you, you could take off, and then as the Earth is going this way, rather than take off and not give yourself any horizontal motion, you could give yourself horizontal motion in the opposite direction, and then you could make it seem like the Earth is moving underneath you. And I say the word seem because it would seem like it's doing that from your perspective, because frames of motion or a thing. Oh God, this is like 5th grade physics, buddy.
Stop talking about this? Now you're banned. Why don't you join Coddington Bear?
I love this. I love the fact that you ban people for this.
The fuck out of here.
I love the fact
No
that
one
you
needs your
ban.
shit. There's no
Yeah.
wind because we are in a vacuum. We both know.
We're in a vacuum. God. Well, okay. I'm not surprised that your audience is this dumb, but no.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it
and I'm not a
doesn't.
flat Earth person.
Okay. Fine. Fine, Owen Benjamin, but your audience is equally dumb as you are.
Want someone to fucking explain that to me. Atomic density? Saying words don't explain anything. Just saying atomic density. Friction.
We're not in a vacuum, but you do suck. It's true, we're not in a vacuum. Atomic density is not an answer to this. I mean, you're not wrong, Owen Benjamin. You're not wrong. But this only goes to show me that what's the word? You've bred an audience that is so dumb that they can't actually give you correct answers to your questions, and I love it.
I just said that. There's several types of friction. That friction would be the sliding friction, where it's two objects touching each other, kind of like two boards. You have to go at a certain speed. If you go too fast, you slip, right?
But like, why are so just okay? Just air just apparates out of nowhere.
So if
That's
you go
how
at the
air
right
works.
speed, you carry the other board with you.
Yeah,
We have molecules of the atmosphere,
yeah.
and if it's attached to our spinning shit, fine. You go up 40,000 feet, there's
Yeah.
no atmosphere, none. It's basically a vacuum.
Yeah.
So where do you pop out of that situation? The jet stream, that's one.
Where do you pop out of that? Where is he gonna play the keyboard? I hope he does. Where are you gonna pop out of that situation? If you go high enough, where do you pop out of that situation?
100 miles an hour, not 1,100. And when you're out of the atmosphere, when you're going west to east or east to west, I can't remember which way, why is the Earth not flying by underneath you?
You're just
not
repeating yourself.
in that any.
Owen, you're just repeating yourself, buddy. And I have this video, so I might do it. And just have that noise coming out of Owen Benjamin's mouth, because honestly, I think it's the best. I think it's the best description of what Owen Benjamin is trying to tell us. It's just brah, brah, brah.
So far, no one's been able to explain that to me, which is fucking weird. Please comment on it. I would love to stay a globe Earth person, because being a flat Earth person is another level of ostracism that I really don't want.
Maybe, Owen Benjamin, you should stop being a racist asshole. Like, I just gotta say that. Wah, wah. Is that it? Is that the sound? It is a trumpet. You're right. It is a trumpet. It's like a wah, wah, but I love it. It should be great.
So please, for the love of God, someone fucking explain to me why, when you leave the Earth's atmosphere, does the Earth not at that point appear to be going 1,100 miles an hour underneath you?
Again, okay. Owen, I'm gonna grab a ball. Hold on, just a second. I'm gonna do the thing that no one in your chat is capable of. Okay, Owen. Okay, Owen. One that we have, right? Like the thing that you say doesn't happen, we have actually seen happen. Which is why we have what is it, Galileo? One of the satellites. Not the geosynchronous ones. The geosynchronous ones don't do this, because the geosynchronous ones don't they're geosynchronous, right? They stay at the one spot. Okay. So marker. I'm just gonna draw on this because I can. Okay. So geostationary, is that the one? Is that the word? Sure, why not? Okay. So can we see it? No, we can't. That didn't even matter. I wrote on this and it didn't even matter. That's sad. This is super bright. Okay, here. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Okay. So, what Owen Benjamin. Hi, Cat. Yep. Cat is ruining everything.
If the Earth is going the opposite direction.
Okay. Yes, thank you. Sorry, Hobbs has decided to join us. But we will talk about Hobbs after we talk about the silly ball thing. Okay, geostationary. So if we were here, like out a little bit, we would rotate with a ball and whatnots, right? So we could potentially, and we have seen this because we have images of the Earth rotating from space, is that we can fly out, and it doesn't actually matter how far out we fly, right? It genuinely does not matter if we fly out, 100 feet or 1,000 feet or 100 kilometers or whatever. None of that matters. What matters is if we are staying within the frame of reference of the Earth. If we want to do it in such a way that we are not in the frame of reference of the Earth, we can do that. We have photographs of satellites that are not within the frame of reference of the Earth, and so you can see the Earth like rotate around and the same thing come back around. We have those images, we have those videos. It's not that weird, Owen Benjamin. We have them. You could do it technically. You could, well, maybe you couldn't on a helicopter because the helicopter doesn't fly that fast. You could do it on a plane flying, in the opposite direction of the Earth's rotation and flying at a speed that is comparable. I think the Concourse, whatever the fuck that one plane was, can do it. It doesn't really matter. It's just, like all of this is dependent on you understanding what a frame of reference is. Okay, with that said, Let's see if we can get Hobbs. There he is. There he is. There's the kitty. There we go. I know that's why everyone came here for. Okay. Kitty messed up my other video. I don't know where we are. We here?
When you're going west to east or east to
Yeah,
west,
there.
I can't remember which way. Why is the Earth not flying by underneath you? You're not in that anymore. So far, no one's been able to explain that to me, which is fucking weird. Please comment on it. I would love to stay a globe Earth person because being a flat Earth person is another level of ostracism that I really don't want at all.
I
So
still
please,
love
for
that
the-
sentence. I still love the racist asshole being like, I don't want to be a flat earther, guys. I can take being a racist asshole and nobody liking me for being a racist asshole, but a flat earther, that's just too much. That is just being a flat earther is way worse than being a racist asshole on the internet. Like, yes. I mean, I think you're right. It's just, oh goodness.
Love of God, someone fucking explain to me why when you leave the Earth's atmosphere, does the Earth not at that point appear to be going 1,100 miles an hour underneath you?
We talked about this. It's fine. Come on.
Please.
No.
And I'm
You're dumb.
here's another one. Why do flights not go around the poles?
All right, Eric Dubay 3.5. Why don't they? Oh yes, there is a Hop Cup. I should go grab it after this. There's a Hops Cup. Christy has one. She won as a prize a bit ago. But there is merch. You can type a thing. You can type a thing for merch. But there is merchandise if you like to, because I have that and it's great. It's fantastic. And I don't know if it helps necessarily the channel do a thing, but it does and it's great. Commands. Do I have a merch command? I don't have a merch command, but there is merchandise. There's a Hops Cup. The Hops Cup is fantastic. It is wonderful. I love it. I will show it off in a little bit. Okay. So what are we watching? We're watching Owen Benjamin be a dickbag.
Please explain this to me because I do not like where the logic is taking any of this. It's not fun. It's actually incredibly isolating, and I don't want it at all. The last thing I need in my life is to be given another label that makes me look insane.
Owen, buddy. That's just buddy. Owen. You're not gonna ever watch this, but buddy, just have you tried not being a racist asshole? Just let's start with that. Let's start with just not being a racist asshole. Oh,
That sounds awful.
yeah.
Someone
No
said not
shit.
flat. Well, please fucking tell me how you can go up into near Earth orbit and stay still and the Earth is not flying by if it's spinning on a goddamn axis. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't explain it, can you? The fuck?
Oh no! I think this broke Owen. Not gonna lie, I think this broke Owen. Oh goodness. Okay.
Inertia. That doesn't mean a goddamn thing, and we both know it. Inertia.
It's actually the right answer. Are you okay, Owen? Are you okay? You okay? You okay?
Someone just says inertia. I
Yeah.
don't think I know about inertia.
No. Yes, drink more beer. It helps me all the time.
The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. Nope. Nope. It's getting banned. Oh, maybe you're saying nope, not spinning. Owen is dumber than I thought, says Martin. Okay, Martin, you're no longer allowed to talk to the grown-ups.
This is fantastic. Poor Owen. I would feel bad for Owen. Like, if Owen was, like, a genuine human being who I cared about, I would feel real bad for him. But since he's a racist asshole, I really don't care.
I'm obviously not dumb.
Yes, you
If I was dumb, 3,552 people wouldn't be watching me after 2 hours and 11 minutes of me just talking. Dumb people don't retain that amount of people.
You think popularity is equivalent to smartness? Oh goodness. You genuinely think that your popularity is equivalent to your intelligence score? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't. You live. This is like a 4-month-old video. So you understand that we live in a world where we have an orange man as a president, who's a complete and utter buffoon about anything ever, and is incredibly popular for being a buffoon, right? Like I whatever percentage he is of approval at this point, but is incredibly yes, being popular does not actually make you smarter, Owen. Being popular makes you popular, and that's really it. That's really all that it describes.
Gravity can't explain. No, it doesn't. It doesn't explain shit.
I mean,
Well,
it's
you're
what
just
I do.
stupid. You're just a stupid person. You're just a dumb inertia. What the fuck does that mean?
Oh, and this is
You're just a stupid person. The worst is, like, I obviously understand physics.
No, you don't. No, Owen Benjamin. Owen. I'm getting very hyped up about this. But you very, very clearly do not, in any way, shape, or form, understand physics remotely.
I got 790 out of 800 on my physics PSATs, right?
Okay, someone remind me, because I haven't taken the SAT in a very, very long time because I'm old as fuck, right? But last time I checked, physics actually wasn't part of the SAT. It was math and English. Like, those are the two big subjects, right? That were part of the SAT. So just to remind you that Owen Benjamin thinks that he's smart because he got a high score on the physics PSAT, which I don't actually think is a thing. I think there's like a math PSAT. Am I wrong? Oh my goodness. Roll that back. I need to hear that again. Okay, we will hear this again, because God, oh, you are a hoot, my friend. You are a hoot. Drink that beer. Makes you smarter.
Well, you're just stupid.
Yeah.
You're just a stupid person. You're just a dumb inertia. What the fuck does that mean? You're just a stupid person. The worst is, like, I obviously understand physics. I got 790 out of 800 on my physics PSATs, right?
Physics PSAT. We're gonna do this. Okay, we are gonna like actually be like sensible human beings and look up physics PSAT. Is there a physics PSAT? Physics subject. Oh, there is a subjects test for this. This is from the SAT. I'm extremely doubtful. Points are multiple choice. Look at that. Oh, goodness. This guy's a smart boy. He's so smart. He got a 790 out of 800 on a physics PSAT. Super smart boy. Super smart boy McGee over here.
Right? That's like one question I got wrong. I understand physics very, very well. Not on a level of like MIT or anything like that.
I'm sorry, Owen Benjamin. If you got a 790 out of 800 on you would probably, like, if that's true, I feel like MIT might actually take you.
But on a basic way above average level, I understand the principles of physics.
Do you now?
The Earth isn't flat. That's fucking insane. Why can no one explain to me how the globe is spinning at 1,100 miles an hour? And if you break the fucking atmosphere, even out of relative, whatever relative is, and you're flying.
I got a 780, 790 out of 800 on the physics PSAT, but I don't understand what relative means. Owen Benjamin is going to tell us things. He just having a bad day.
In a direction opposed to the spinning, why don't you double your speed? Like if you're going 1,100 miles an hour, why is it not 2,200 miles an hour if the Earth is going the opposite direction?
Because honestly, at this point, it's just funnier to just listen to him.
What the fuck is that? So far, I've got nothing on it. No one can explain it. The term genocide was coined by the Jew Raphael Lemkin.
I'm sorry, but we were talking about Owen Benjamin and we got to the Jews already. So Owen Benjamin, you gotta stop talking about the Jews. Just gotta say that. Stop talking about the Jews.
In his 1944 book Axis, Rule in Occupied Europe, the concept of genocide is arguably not even a real thing, just another Jew thing. Very.
The concept of genocide is not a real thing. It's a Jew thing. Owen Benjamin, everyone. The other side. Owen Benjamin, everyone. This is Owen Benjamin. This guy right here. It's just. Can we forward past the racism? Alright, we're gonna take break number those. I still about half of this other beer left. I've been good and have not drank the whole thing. And we will move on to video number 3, which is the video that got tied for number 3. I don't remember which one it was at this point. It's the Materialism by Quantum Eraser. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna move on to video number 3. And everything's gonna be fine. I think. So for like a sec or two, enjoy some royalty-free music and enjoy some fan art, and we'll be right back. All right, everyone, and we're back. Attempt number 3. Not attempt number 3. We're video number 3. We're gonna make it through all 3 videos, and if I remember right, video number 3 is Materialism by Quantum Eraser. So we're gonna move on to that because Owen Benjamin has just kind of lost his mind. Like that's all I can tell about what has happened there is Owen Benjamin is he's just lost it. It's fine. It's fine. He doesn't need it. Okay. Quantum Eraser didn't even download his. Where are you, Quantum Eraser? Again, not paying a whole lot of attention to where I put videos. Nope. 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 Where'd you go, Quantum Eraser? I just downloaded your video. Where did I put it? Again, probably already lost it. This one, I think it's this one. Not gonna lie, I think it's this one. There it is. That's Quantum Eraser right there. There's a voice. There's a voice I recognize. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. So, in case you do not know, I did not get to say hi to Red. How are you, Red? Welcome to the stream. We are talking about lots of things and stuff, and all the stuff and things. It's great. It's fantastic. Everything's good. If you do not know who Quantum Eraser is, you are in for a treat. Quantum Eraser okay. My favorite story about Quantum Eraser is about a year-ish ago. Quantum Eraser decided to just stick his nose in. He sticks his nose in everything. It's fantastic, right? He is the epitome of Dunning-Kruger. Just the epitome of it. He thinks that he is way, way smarter than he actually is. Like, way, way smarter than he actually is. To the point where at some comment section, he has refused to debate anybody who doesn't have a PhD degree. So, excuse me. So he won't talk to you or won't debate you unless you have a PhD degree. This was back when I was still like openly allowing or asking people to come onto my show and whatnot. He would just say no. Like, he's not gonna come onto my show and do and debate about flat Earth or anything unless you have a PhD degree. That was his thing. You have to have a PhD degree. So at one point I asked him, as anybody would, "Hey, Quantum Eraser, do you have a PhD degree?" And his answer was fantastic. His answer was, "No, I do not have a PhD degree, but I'm sure that I could test out of at least 2 or 3 of them." He could test out of 2 or 3 PhD degrees. Quantum Eraser thinks that getting a PhD degree is a test. That, like, you go to school and you take a test. And then they decide if you get a PhD degree based on that test. And, not the fact that you actually do any research that is significant to your field of study, and that it's not a, very specialized field where you spend a, decent amount of time, years, doing research, taking data, analyzing that data, and then writing a, research paper on a subject that actually adds something to the field of study that you are in. No, that's not what a PhD is in Quantum Eraser's mind. In Quantum Eraser's mind, it's a test. It's a test that you can take, and if you pass it, they give you a PhD. And he thinks that he can, get several of them. Not 1 or 2, but several PhDs, if he was just given the opportunity to test. So that is the wonderful mind that we are going to explore now. That is what we're going to explore. So, with that said, we have ourselves Quantum Eraser, the one and only. Now I do think, and from looking at this as a beginning screen, I do think this is an older video that was published on Cathexis's stream. You can see his name on the bottom there. channel. So if you want to take a look at where that came from, Cathexis' channel is probably where it was originally at. And he does everything on live streams, and he writes all of his presentations in email form. And I'm not even joking about that.
This is Cathexis, and I'm here with Quantum Eraser.
Oh God, you are loud and obnoxious. Let's really turn you down there, buddy. Like real a lot. Let's see.
Once again, we're doing the second part of our presentation, where we are going through and trying to understand the philosophical side to issues among science and making the distinction between scientism. In order to do that properly, we have to have a good foundational understanding of what these terms are, what materialism is, what naturalism is, what physicalism is. These are all pretty much one and the same, and we'll go over that. Also, what idealism is, or even further. This goes completely down the line. You can.
Liberty University offers a master's for $13,800, but I think they no longer pretend it's actually science, only Bible-related bullshit, probably.
If you study philosophy, you'll find that there's subdivisions of all this, and it gets pretty weighted down. But we're going to try to make it a little bit more poignant, a little bit more succinct tonight. And so John's going to be doing a presentation.
So to talk about deep philosophical things. Also, by the way, in case you don't know, R&D is like very much so against philosophy. He thinks philosophy is a joke. So, if you're into philosophy or you think that it's an important subject, I am sorry, you came to the wrong channel. I am not much for philosophy, but that's just my personal opinion there. Also, we have look at this furry guy. We got this furry guy to here hang out with us.
Presentation demonstrating how materialism is essentially a belief system, is essentially a religion, and this is something in modern times we don't really hear much of. Now, perhaps in the
okay, so philosophistry, I don't like it. We've got a lot of talking to do. Rhetoric. I know. I hold. Oh God, philosophy and I are not friends. Philosophy is just making up words for things that don't matter. That is philosophy. God, this is how I get in trouble. Run and I need to have a live stream together where we discuss if philosophy is actually like worth your time or not. I am of the opinion that it's just don't philosophy. Just don't. Philosophy of science, my ass. Okay. God, I forgot what you said, John. God, you said a thing and I already forgot. Okay. Also, yes, if it involves big words, chances are I don't want to be involved in it.
halls
Okay.
of
God, I forgot.
philosophical, groups or colleges at high level, you might hear something like this. But in the mainstream, science is viewed as this unquestionable aspect of humanity. The white coats are there to tell you the truth.
Okay, and so we begin the first bit into stupidness. This idea. Okay, so do mainstream, colloquially, do people see science as this like, always correct? Undoubtedly, science always has the right answer. Probably, like, it's unless you're a conservative Christian, in which case they're the bad guys. Yeah, potentially, probably, but is it actually like so there's like, it's like anything else really in mainstream media, right? Like, is the thing that is presented in mainstream media actually reflective of reality? Not so much. Science is very much so questionable, and the problem. Okay, problem about science, and there are the problem with science is that the people who talk about the problems with science don't actually understand what the problems with science actually are. Cathexis is a perfect example, right? For cathexis, the problem with science isn't the actual problems that we see in science. The problems that we see in science, so I'll talk specifically about my field. So I'm in psychology and whatnot. The problems that happen in psychology with experimentation is a lack of reproducibility, which is a bit of a problem that we very often can't reproduce the same results, and that matters, right? Because one of the cornerstones of science is reproducibility, and sometimes in psychology you can't actually reproduce the results, which should make you question the validity of the results that you got. If you can only reproduce them in a very niche situation, then how not valid. Is valid the word that I want? I don't remember if the other cat is here too. How much can you generalize it to the general public? Is it generalizable if you can't reproduce it? Probably not. And these are actual, like, real issues. Along with another issue that happens in psychology is, and probably in other sciences as well, is that we often focus on trying to make new discoveries rather than reproducibility. So a lot of the times you'll get to, like, oh, we have this we could try to reproduce a science, but instead of doing that, we're going to try to explore a new avenue, try to explore a new treatment, try to explore something new, but we don't necessarily bother with reproducibility. These are all actual problems in modern science that are being discussed within modern science on how to fix these problems. But they are not the problems that people like Cathexis, the people like Quantum Eraser talk about. Their problem with science isn't that it's not reproducible sometimes, that we don't spend enough time trying to reproduce them, but we spend way more time trying to find new trends. That's not what they want to talk about. What they want to talk about is that their science doesn't lead to a flat Earth or isn't biblical. That's more or less what they want to talk about. They're probably with science is that brain injuries. Their problem with science is brain injuries. I have to get going. It's a great stream. Thank you, hashtag. I appreciate you being here. Thanks you very much. So that's, yeah. So there are legitimate problems. They are not the problems that Cathexis and Quantum Eraser are actually going to talk about. We're going to talk about other stuff instead.
And that we need to build our world off of what these people are telling us. And this authority structure has been put into us from birth. We hear if somebody says, oh, it's scientifically verified, or if it's doctor approved, we tend to, well, most people, the majority of people will tend to just go with it and allow it to be. So we're going to break this down tonight a little bit. John's got an excellent presentation, and we will make it available. We had a couple requests prior, so we will make it available once we're finished here. I'll end up putting in the description a little bit later. He has some extra additions, and we want to make sure we get it right. So without further ado, how are you doing tonight, John?
I'm doing fine, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. I really appreciate you coming around and us doing these, because they're just topics that aren't being talked about.
Okay, so just so you know, one of Quantum Eraser's favorite websites is Creation Ministries International, and they do the sciencey thing where they're like, oh, there's like historical science and forensic science or something like that, where there's like real science and then not real science. What is real science and what isn't real science is not arbitrary. Like it's pretty much, it's not real science if it disagrees with them, and it's real science if it agrees with them. So things like geology is not real science because it disagrees with them. They have a whole lot of problems with things like quasi-experiments or correlation studies because they don't agree with them, because they come up with different results. So they just turn it up a bit. I can. Um, independent variables. Yes, they have a lot of issues with a lot of things with science that allow them to be flat earthers and young Earth creationists. And as far as I know, Quantum Eraser is a young Earth creationist. So they like the sciences that agree with them and dislike sciences that don't. And this is a video that I've done like a bit ago. So if you really want to know, like me going in depth of this, in depth on Quantum Eraser's thing, I have a video on it. God, I can't remember what they're called. It might be a quickie with Quantum Eraser, but I doubt it was when I was doing quickies. But they do exist if you want to like go into Quantum Eraser stuff.
Except in these very specific, like alternative cosmology and these very specific fields,
By the way, alternative cosmology just means I'm a flat earther,
so to speak. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. Tonight, I'm going to do a little different. We're going to have John, he's just going to give the presentation outright. And I will then, of course, after he's finished, I'll go through and either go back to anything that he may have said that I have a question about, or we'll continue on forward with the conversation. But I do want to give a disclaimer. These are John's opinions and thoughts and facts and logic when it comes to this topic.
Just so you know, that is just Cathexis saying, please don't yell at me for the stupid shit that Quantum Eraser said.
And I agree with this man.
Oh, never
damn
mind.
near 100%. He has done the work. He has broken this down.
Never mind,
and
I'm
I
wrong.
think that it's every person should absolutely listen to what he's saying. So,
just a reminder that John thinks that you can test out of PhDs. Just so you know.
without further ado, why don't you go ahead?
Well, thank you, sir. It's my pleasure to be on here. Let's see what we got. I just want to make sure that the presentation is going to be loaded.
I love it. Okay. So I made fun of this. So welcome, yo. Thank you, Sean, for being here. Have yourselves a wonderful afternoon. Okay. Required doctors. It does require a thesis. Imagine that. You can't test out of them. I use the right hands. Nope. No. God damn it. Wrong. Okay. This nonsense. This nonsense is the best nonsense that ever nonsense their way into the fucking internet, and I love it. Look at this shit. Look at this look at this ridiculousness. Like, fucking Nigerian prince could not ask for a better layout of a presentation. Unnecessarily bolded things, unnecessarily colored things, unnecessarily everything is here, and I love every bit of it. I love it.
Yep, we see it.
Let me go ahead and update. All right, that's good enough for me.
Perfect.
Okay. Like I said, it's written in a fun. I wasn't joking earlier about it being written in an email. Like this is John's email. He wrote an email, and then genuinely thinks, other cat, you're gonna knock over my light. You need to stop. You need to stop that nonsense. No, stop. Other cat. No, stop. Stop. Come here. Oh my goodness. Other cat's gonna knock everything over. Okay, sorry. I'm doing terrible. Okay, so John wrote up this email and was like, this is the best possible way for me to present this information is this email. And I'm not going to change a thing. I'm going to present this email as evidence.
All right, well, this is going to be a difficult subject for many that have thought that things are the way they are, and that's just the way they are. And mostly I'm going to point out, and what you'll find by the end of the presentation is that there are a lot of terms that have been misappropriated and misdefined. And once you do define terms, then the subject reconciles itself.
So let me translate that for you. Once John defines terms in a way that he feels is convenient, then we don't have a problem. You just have to use John's John's understanding of terms rather than the understood terms. But once you use his terms, it's fine. It's fine. By the way, I will now point you to Exhibit Z right there, which is Cathexis's bookmarks, which I just love. I love his bookmarks. We have Faith versus Science, Yahoo.com, always a good source. Creation.com, another very good source of good information.
And like I said in my last presentations, that I'm a big believer in the Socratic method, and that is to define terms.
Quantum Eraser does not know what the Socratic method is at all.
Make sure that what I call banana and what you call banana is a banana, and that I'm not arguing for a banana and you're arguing for an orange.
Again, so half of Quantum Eraser's thing is that he is going to define the terms, and if you don't agree, you're wrong, and that's it. Like, he will define what a banana is, and if he defines a banana to be a round object with an orange peel on it, then that is what a banana is, and it does not matter if you define a banana in the same way or not. That is what a banana is going to be, and we're going to stick with it. Yeah, no, that is definitely not the Socratic method. You are 100% correct, Christy. John does not understand what the Socratic method is. He does not at all remotely understand what it is. His thing is, he is going to define the terms, and you better fucking agree with them, or you're wrong.
That's where most of the miscommunication comes in, most of the frustration, and the conversation and the subject usually winds down the toilet into the oblivion. All right, so let's get started. Materialism, realism, methodological naturalism, or material reductionism are all what they call atheism. When it boils right down to it, that's what it is. It's a religion.
And we get to our first renaming of all the things. See, this is what I mean about like defining terms. Quantum Eraser John is going to define atheism as a religion. Granted, it fits absolutely none of the definitions of religion that's ever found, right? It's not a dogmatic thing. There are no churches for atheism. I know that there are, but they're kind of they're meant to be a joke, not an actual thing. This is Quantum Eraser's like one and only trick is right here. He redefines terms to mean what he wants them to mean, and then he gets pissed at everyone else for not using the terms that he has defined. Yeah. So no, atheism is not a religion. Even if you do the Steve McRae thing, it's not a religion. And God, you have to like you have to like do a very yoga stand stretch to do the Steve McRae like atheism thing, let alone anything else, right? Atheism is not a religion. That's kind of silly. And it's one of those things that young Earth creationists do constantly, which is to want to say like, oh, you're just a religion like us. You're just as stupid as the rest of us, which I find kind of funny that that's an argument that you want to say to people and be like, oh no, you're just as dumb as I am. Like, that's a thing. What's the Steve McRae atheism is a religion a thing? Oh God, what's the Steve McRae atheism is a religion thing? Okay. I don't actually think that Steve McRae thinks that atheism is a religion. I don't think that's true. I could be wrong. But Steve McRae is of the position, as far as I know, and don't genuinely ask me, because Steve McRae has me blocked on Twitter, so I can't ask him. And he hates my ass, so I'm probably wrong. But Steve McRae is of the position. He takes the same position that religious folks take about atheism, and says that atheism is a positive belief in things. That's the Steve McRae thing, is that he will say that if you say that you're an atheist, that you actively believe that there are no gods, and it's a positive position rather than the absence of belief, which is kind of what a lot of I feel like a lot of people think is or hold, including myself. Like, my position is not that there are no gods. My position is I do not believe in gods. Hence the atheism, the lack of belief rather than the lack of knowledge. So yeah, you can talk to Steve McRae about this. I wouldn't suggest it. I have in the past. I'm sure there's a video of it out there somewhere. I have in the past, and it's a very annoying and dumb conversation, and it's not worth your time. Steve goes with the philosophical explanation, saying atheism is strong atheism. There is no God, and himself is agnostic. I do not believe in God. Yeah, more or less that. Oh no, you agree with him? Oh no, Red, you and I, we gotta do the thing. Red, no, genuinely though, Red, you Twitter me on this thing. You should come on here, right? If anyone I would love to have on the show would be you. I think we would have a wonderful conversation about these things. Because I entirely disagree with you. I think you're very wrong. But I think we could, if nothing else, have a genuinely peaceful conversation about this, rather than the conversations that I would have with other people. So, Red, do the Twitter thing. We will set this up, because I would love to chat with you about this. It also doesn't matter what you call it. The name doesn't matter. It's true. Trying to artificially distinguish flavors of the stems from philosophers. Love it. Yeah. So, yes. So, a lot of it, and that's my problem with philosophy. You try way too hard to name things. Just accept things. Okay, it's fine. Okay, this got way out of hand. Okay, atheism, according to Quantum Eraser, is a religion. That's where we're at.
As a matter of fact, it's a scientifically falsified religion. We'll get to that in a moment. The quintessential tenet, or the sine qua non of religion, is belief without evidence.
So that is what Quantum Eraser thinks it is.
The definition from the American Heritage Dictionary: faith, belief that does not rest on logical proof or material evidence. Now, we're going to come back to this definition throughout the presentation, and we're going to hit upon it at the end.
So that's Quantum Eraser's thing. He's going to define things his way, and he's going to use his definition. So again, it doesn't. So God, this is such a big problem. It's a problem that pisses me off as an English major who understands that words have multiple meanings depending on context. Right? Is Quantum Eraser is doing a thing that so many other people do, which is to say that there is a singular definition for a word and or statement, and that one definition is the definition that needs to be used in every context in the English language ever done, period. No, not allowed to variate from that. And that entirely ignores what the English language does. And it's extremely annoying, because it's not just a thing that Quantum Eraser does. Like, he's very good at it. By good, I mean that's his thing, right? But it's a thing that everybody does, where they take one definition. So they find one definition of something, and they say that this is the one definition that you're allowed to use for it. And Quantum Eraser does this. I'm gonna break for the mold here and talk about things that are gonna happen. So, if you're still here in next Saturday, and I doubt, and I sincerely doubt that Red's Rhetoric is going to do this, but Red's Rhetoric has promised me that he will finally back up a claim that he made about something, right? And one of the things that he's doing, and along with so many other people, is that he has picked his definition of what a word is, and he refuses to admit that there are other definitions possible for that word. That is no different than what John is doing. That is, creationists do this all the time. Like, bigots do. Everybody who wants to be to make this really dumb argument does this, where they say this is the one definition for this word that is allowed, and any other definition is unallowed. And so that's where we are. It's the homophobes. Yeah, it's as Micro is pointing out, it's the I can't be homophobic because that would mean I'm afraid of gay people logic. That is exactly what it is. It means I can't be transphobic because I don't hate trans people. I can't be homophobic because I don't hate gay people. I can't be racist because I don't hate people of other races. Right? It's that mentality. Words mean different things in different contexts, and they can have a wide variety of meanings. There is not. And I understand that we have a dictionary, but even dictionaries change over time because words gain new meanings. We find new words. We find new ways to express those words. That there is no one set definition for a word. And that's pretty much what we're doing here with Quantum Eraser, is that he is saying this is the definition for atheism and it's a religion, and he refuses to accept any other definition. He does this plenty of times. I've like I said, I've done a couple videos of them. It's the same thing. We're gonna get into controversial shit. This is the same thing that Stephen Woodford did, Rationality Rules did, when he was trying to say that he wasn't transphobic. Is that he came out and said, I don't hate trans people, therefore I can't be transphobic because transphobic means that I hate trans people. No, it doesn't. It can mean all sorts of things. One of them might be hating trans people. One of them might be having a prejudice against. Like, prejudice against something doesn't mean you hate it. It just means that you think of them differently or do actions towards them differently. Like, this is such a common tactic to try to evade criticism. It's laughable. So just a sneak peek into what will happen next week when Red's Rhetoric does this is that Red's Rhetoric has come out and said that Steve McRae isn't a rape apologist, which I don't know if he is or not. But what he has done is he has said that rape apologist is somebody who actually genuinely apologizes, or not like excuses rape. Genuinely excuses rape is something that is normal or whatever, like excuses rape, right? That is not the only definition of rape apologetics. That's not the only definition of rape apologist. But he has chosen the most extreme one so that he can say, look, this is the real definition, and the person that I'm defending doesn't fall under that real definition that I have set up. That is pretty much what happens all the time. That's the debacle with Eshon issue. When the thing you choose to praise about JPB and Shapiro and then signaling trans people is hard to hold at. It's true. There is so much like this happens constantly, especially when people they feel uncomfortable with the label they have been given. Is they say, oh no, like, I'm not really racist, right? Like, racist people want to kill blacks, right? Like, that's what racist people want to do. They want to kill blacks. That's what they want to do. I don't want to kill blacks. I just think that we should use different water fountains, right? So I'm not really racist because all the racist people want to kill blacks. I don't want to do that. I want to do something that's less worse than the racist. Therefore, I'm not racist. No, you're still racist. Like, you're still You're still racist for wanting to treat people differently. Let's say, like, there's so many of these. Like, I'm not transphobic because I don't think that we should treat, or I don't think that we should kill trans people. I just think that we should take trans people's rights away. That's different than wanting to kill them. And I mean, you're not wrong. It is different. But that doesn't make you not a transphobe. I'm going like off the rails now, but that's more or less the stream on Non Sequitur show where Steve and Kyle invite a couple of trans friends on to say weren't transphobes was crazy. It's true, and this is how tokenism ends up being a thing. Let's talk about tokenism. Yay! I'm not prejudiced. He's not prejudiced. He hates everybody. Let's not. It's not homophobic, like climate change is real. Yeah. So, and this is where tokenism ends up coming into play. Where and I've been a token. Like I know that I look rather not brown, but I'm rather brown in real life. I'm from Mexico. I'm Mexican, very rather brown person, right? I've been a token. I have been guilty of being a token for racism, right? I've told my friends, oh no, that really horrible shit that you're doing, that's not racism. I've been guilty of that. I've been guilty of saying, no, I'm Mexican and I approve of your horrible racist shit. But that's where that tokenism comes from. You can say to yourself, hey, yeah, what they're saying may not make me feel comfortable, but at least they're not asking to murder my people, right? That's good. And I mean, it's better than wanting to kill your people, but that doesn't make it not the thing that it is. And R&D does internet whiteface. I genuinely do. I don't. This light really makes me look a lot whiter than it should be. Okay, so token like in South Park, exactly like in South Park. So at the end, all of this has nothing to do with atheism, but atheism it's more or less what we're doing. It's what everyone's doing. So at the end, I don't know, in a week we get to talk about this more. Tune in for October 12th, and we'll chat about it more. Yay. Like people say that black people can't be bigots. Exactly. So that's another thing. God, so many things about bigotry, right? That's another thing that gets brought up all the time. If you are a minority, you can be racist. I have met plenty of racist minorities. You can be racist. You can, and that racism usually turns into tokenism. You can be racist. If you are trans, you can be transphobic. Look at Blair White. Look at Sarah Michaels. Look at Anti-Ordinary. They are transphobic assholes. If you are gay, you can be homophobic. If you like, just being part of that group does not exclude you from being an asshole. And no more, like, I'm not allowed to, but I can be racist. Like, I can hold racist viewpoints. Just because I'm a minority doesn't mean that I am not able to be a bigot towards other minorities. And I've done that in the past. I am super racist. I've done this in the past. It's things that I'm not proud of, but it's happened. I've definitely been a token and been like, yeah, white people, there isn't any racism in the U.S. You're not really racist. You're just concerned about how often black people interact with the police. That's not racist, right? No, it is. It really is still racist. Okay, we're gonna talk a little bit about quantum eraser more, so that we can talk less about racism, because it makes me uncomfortable. God.
Hard. The object of this faith is irrelevant. It could be a deity, it could be rocks, earth, wind, or fire. It's the method here that is in focus.
Oh yeah, so that's where this comes in. Yeah. So if you very very loosely take a religion, like the definition of religion, if you very very loosely interpret it, are atheists a religion? Sure, but you have to interpret the word religion in such a loose manner that pretty much any group of people who do anything are religious. That's more or less how that works.
It is belief without evidence. And that's why religion is indicted in the secular community. We all know this. So let's define atheism. Atheism.
And again, just so you know, this isn't, this is the problem. We don't have an atheist defining their atheism here, right? This isn't, atheist that whatever, A over here saying, I'm an atheist because. This is Quantum Eraser saying, you're an atheist because. It's Quantum Eraser now who gets to do the defining rather than Atheist A over here. And that in and of itself is a problem. You don't get to make that definition, Quantum Eraser. I don't get to make that definition. I'm an atheist, and I don't get to define what atheism means. Everybody gets to define what atheism is to themselves. And before you start like, oh, words are supposed to mean a way to communicate with each other in an equal and understandable way. Yeah, and you can ask me, how do you define atheism? And I will tell you my definition of atheism, which is going to be a lack of belief. And Quantum Eraser will tell you his, and Steve McRae will tell you theirs, and you will see that all three of our definitions of atheism are different, even though we all, well, I would say that I'm an atheist, and even though actually probably all three of them would say that I'm an atheist, our definitions of what an atheist is are going to be entirely different. Because English language is not as simple as what the fuck's in the dictionary. There is no one definition for words, is pretty much what all that rant was. Words are stupid and will become outlawed once a robot overlooks it. I hope so. I hope so. I genuinely hope that words are outlawed. Words are difficult. It just is.
Positive claim concerning the lack of belief in the existence of a deity.
And again, and Quantum Eraser isn't going to stick to this definition, right? So, do I have a positive belief about my lack? What is it? A positive claim concerning the lack of belief on the existence of a deity. So far, as far as I'm concerned, he defines atheism from my perspective. I have a positive belief in the lack of evidence, right? Like, that doesn't mean that I'm saying that gods don't exist. I am positively saying that I don't think there's enough evidence, which from Quantum Eraser's perspective is makes me an atheist. That's fine.
By virtue of this stance, and since there are only two choices, that's a true dichotomy for how we are here. First,
no.
you have the unguided, that's nature or matter, or guided, intelligent agency.
We'll talk about that in a second. Almost all words have a multitude of meanings. That is exactly correct. That is 100% ugly German truth. I kind of want to give you like free boost for saying something that is so incredibly obvious, and yet people seem to not understand. Okay, so unguided, unguided matter, intelligent agency, God. Again, intelligent agency does not necessarily mean God. Like, God, this is where this all already falls apart. Guided intelligence does not necessarily mean God. More importantly, does not necessarily, like, even if I were to grant you, right, let's pretend for a second that these are our two options, right? It's unguided or guided. Let's for a second pretend these are genuinely my two answers, right? It's either unguided or it's guided. Guided does not mean it must be done by a god, right? There are, and I can think of right off the bat several ways on how things can be guided without there being a god. Uh, like extraterrestrials with good, with technology that is so advanced that to me it seems like magic, right? That is an option. That the Prometheus movie did a good job at sort of kind of explaining intelligence and science that way. That it could be an alien and a being who just has better technology than I do. That does not mean that they're genuinely a god in any way, shape, or form on the biblical perspective, and they are grounded in naturalistic. Like their existence is naturalistic. It's just that my existence is based off of their actions, which might to me seem godly, but isn't actually godly. Like there are so many other answers to this besides God. And you can say that this is a dichotomy all you want, John, but it's not actually a dichotomy. Even sincere people conflate unexplained with things they just haven't explained. They think they just flat out don't understand. Exactly. Like just because. So, for a second, let's pretend that I do know nothing about evolution or relativity or none of that nonsense, right? Like I know none of this. That doesn't actually mean that my explanation, by me saying it's God, doesn't actually genuinely make it a true statement.
God. Those are your only two choices.
Again, not actually your two choices. Quantum Eraser is just full of shit and is going to say that they're your two choices, but there are plenty of other choices in between. He's just not going to talk about those because that's what he thinks are your two choices.
It's not a multiple choice question. If you take one stance, you ipso facto believe the other. There's no way out.
There are. It's just that Quantum Eraser is incapable of understanding that there are multiple ways to do this.
Therefore, the atheist creator must be matter.
Again, no. Loaded all sorts of what's that? Loaded questions. What's the term here? Begging. You're begging the question. Creator has the word creator has a whole lot of meanings to it and a whole lot of baggage attached to it. Saying that something is a creator involves things like agency, involves things like free will. Like being a creator means something. Saying that matter is a creator means that you are giving it a whole lot more agency than I think that like right. Natural processes, only in the loosest definition of creator could you call them a creator. You'd have to be very, very, very loose about creator, which would really mean like putting shit together. If you're gonna say that anything that puts shit together is a creator, then that's fine. But your definition is so loose that just about anything falls into it, and it no longer actually means anything. All right. With that said, I think we're gonna stop there because we've been running this show for like 3 hours. We've been running this show for quite a bit of time, which is great. It's fantastic. We got through 3 videos today. Kind of, not really. I might actually save this video for more funsies because we didn't get through enough of Quantum Eraser. Always fun times to get through enough of Quantum Eraser. But with that said, thank you everyone for being here. I truly appreciate you. Thank you very much. Somebody did a super chat incentive one or the other. One of you did a super chat, which I greatly appreciate. Thank you very much for your super chat. All of your super chats go to making me a smarter individual by taking dumb tests. But I greatly appreciate it. Thank you everyone for being here. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of your Sunday, and I will see you all next time.